All right, we are going to get started. Thank you all for being here. Welcome to our first annual Tracy Mott Workshop. My name is Marcus Schneider, and I'm the chair of the economics department here at the University of Denver. Let me open actually by acknowledging that the University of Denver occupies lands once inhabited by indigenous peoples, particularly the Cheyenne and Arapaho, who were forcibly displaced from this land. I offer this acknowledgement in the spirit of healing, knowing that statements like this fall woefully short of due reparations. But I think this is important to remember where we are. We are extremely excited to welcome you all, whether you're joining us here in the room, and I'm very excited to how many of you have joined us, and as well as our online audience. On this very timely workshop on inflation and distribution. As many of you know, Tracy Mott was our colleague and friend who passed away last fall after contracting COVID. He had been at DU for 25 years, many of which he served as department chair. At a celebration of life event last spring, the recurring theme was his generosity and curiosity to engage with others' ideas. In this spirit, we are preserving his memory through what will be an annual workshop to foster engagement between current research in economics and different stakeholders in our community. We will learn more about Tracy's contributions during tomorrow's sessions, and especially from his friend Jan Toporowski, who we are very happy could join us for this workshop. Dr. Toporowski has special insight and authority to comment on Tracy's works, and particularly his writing on Kalecki, having written with Kalecki and also multiple books about Kalecki. And so that will be a highlight. Tracy retired unexpectedly from the department in 2018, but continued to actively work on writing projects. In fact, I just skimmed through an INET piece that he wrote in 2019 in response to Stansbury and Summers advocating for a return to old Keynesianism, and found what Tracy wrote very clarifying, even to our times now, even though that was a very different time, pre-pandemic and in other regards. So tomorrow's paper sessions will shed light on the different post-Keynesian perspectives and what they can teach us at this moment when inflation is in fact unprecedentedly high, or higher than it's been in a long time. And the central question seems to be, how high will central banks raise interest rates? An underlying theme, of course, that I hope emerges out of this weekend's discussions is that when Chairman Powell speaks of economic pain, we know already that that pain is not shared equally or necessarily equitably. And so the question of distribution will also come into this, and particularly who feels the pain when the Fed puts the brakes on the economy, or any central bank for that matter. We can speculate that workers and households will be the ones affected. While that may or may not be a foreground of every presentation, we have a really stellar closing panel arranged that will tackle the issues of policy and those real world impacts that affect policymakers and voters. And I think that will hopefully bring everything together. Now, let me, before I introduce Dr. Ray, say that such a rich program took a lot of commitments to put together. And I want to thank all of the presenters and attendees who made it here in person, and all of you online for being here. I know that many of you wish you could be here in person. I also want to thank the Faculty Organizing Committee, Yavuz Yashar, Paula Cole, Robert Urquhart, and John Nicolarson. They worked with me over the summer making a lot of these arrangements. And perhaps most importantly, none of this would be possible without really wonderful and dedicated staff here at the U. Jamie Deneen in our department and Melanie Assis, who is running the welcome table outside, were instrumental in all of this, but also Aaron Dietrich in the dean's office, and the Marcom team, Jake and Tyler, who are really making all of this come together. So I just want to make sure that they are recognized. Lastly, tomorrow we will have some students helping us, and already this afternoon had some students helping us. So Madison, Federico, Jesus, Sean, and Zhang, thank you very much for your help with everything.